Hello guys, how's it going? It's me Martin, and I'm here like always to give my opinion on the PS Plus games of every month. And this month it's February 2021, and our games were Control, Ultimate Edition, and Concrete Genie. So let's get right to it. Concrete Genie is a third-person adventure game where you go around a city and you paint all around it. First of all, let me just say that this game looks really good. It's got like a beautiful art style, and it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I definitely do really like it, and I think a lot of people like it. And the story of the game, I think, is overall good. It's very simple and predictable, but it's handled well, and I did really like it. But let's get to what's really good about the game, like drawing and like painting and all that. First of all, you paint with motion controls, which should feel a little weird, but like I didn't think it was that bad. Like it was okay for me. And you got some really beautiful things you can paint, like some scenery and like some other stuff, as you can see on screen. You got many different tools and things you could paint. It's really nice. You got some light puzzles with some of the genies that you can use. There's also some platforming with some very smooth controls and parkour that's not really that challenging, but you know, it adds to the really good level design of the game. Like all the levels felt different. There was overall 6 chapters, and they were all filled with a huge amount of collectibles to get, and it was all really fun to go through. And at the end of each level, you have this giant masterpiece that you paint, and that was all really cool and a nice ending to the levels. And so overall, I do really like this game. But now let's talk about something that like I feel like drags this game down a little bit. At the end, in like the final 2 chapters, the game for some reason introduces combat, which I won't show anything to spoil it, but like it was a very weird turn. And the combat's very bad, like it's not good, but still I really enjoyed the game, and I do think it's like a solid 9 out of 10. And the other game that we got this month to play is another really great game. It's Control Ultimate Edition, which is the Control game plus the 2 DLCs, which I only played one of them, and I'll talk about that at the end after I talk about the game itself. First of all, Control is a third-person shooter where you have some cool magical abilities, and you mostly walk around the Bureau of Control, this very strange and creepy place, unlocking new powers that I'll get to, and trying to... I don't want to spoil too much about the story. There's a lot. Overall, I'll say the game does have a really good vibe with this mysterious building and like the hiss enemies like walking around the hallways and stuff, and new areas, like discovering new weird areas. Like all that's really great. Like this game's got amazing exploration. It's really good in that. Sadly, though, the side missions are very mediocre. They're nothing really special. Thankfully, though, you don't have to really do any of them, except I'll say there's 3 side missions that give you like some cool power, and you should do those. Especially a side mission called A Merry Chase, but I'll get to that. First, I'm going to talk about the story right now. The story overall is interesting in some places. Like, I'll say overall, there is a good story here, but it gets incredibly sidelined by having characters do, like, ask you to do things for them. Like, the characters always want you to do some stupid shit for them, like clear out the enemies or activate the generators or something, and the story gets massively sidetracked. And also your protagonist, Jessie, I think her name is a very boring protagonist. Thankfully, though, the whole cast of characters, excluding Jessie, is very strong. Like, they're all interesting characters. And I'm gonna throw out a quick complaint here. I think the map is super shit. It's a 2D map when the open world is incredibly 3D, like with multiple floors. And so it's super hard to tell like where you're supposed to go, especially when there's no objective marker like open for you. The only objective marker is on that really useless map. And so it's very annoying a lot of time, but it's a small issue, I would say. I mean, and not small, it's a decent issue. But now let's get to what I really like about this game, the combat. You have some very quick and fun combat, like running around, dodging attacks, shooting enemies. It's all really nice. You got this awesome gun that really helps combat feel nice, where it reloads itself when you're not using it, and it also has infinite ammo, which is really useful. You also have telekinesis and you have levitation, and those are both two very fun abilities to use. You also have three other abilities that are unlocked in side missions, such as mind control, a dodge, and like a shield that you could put up. Now, I'll say the mind control and the shield are, well, the mind control is a good ability that I really like using. The shield I thought was pretty useless because it was more defensive, and I'm not into that. But the dodge felt very necessary, so I don't know why it was in a side mission. But if you see a side mission called A Merry Chase, make sure to do that one to get the dodge. Anyways, let's continue on. There's some very good enemy variety here. You got a lot of different hiss types. You gotta fight in different ways, and it's all really, really good. And overall, I say this game is a very high 8 out of 10, and I highly recommend playing it because the combat and exploration is really good. And also, I want to say the DLC, I only played the Foundation DLC, and I didn't play the Alan Wake DLC. I did really like the Foundation DLC. I thought it was more of the game. You got two cool powers, and it was overall solid. A couple new enemy types, and it was nice. It wasn't anything super spectacular like it must, but if you like the game, then you should probably check out the DLC. Now that we've talked about the PS Plus games of this month, February 2021, I must say thank you for watching. We had some very great games. Control was a very fun action game. Concrete Genie was a very unique experience that I really enjoyed playing through. And overall, I would recommend them if they interest you. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.